The next type of meditation that I do is divine guidance. Sometimes I have questions or I'm looking for a sign and I need to ask the universe. The best way for me to do this is to do a divine guidance meditation. In this way, I am able to connect directly to source energy and download these vibrational messages that I am then able to translate in my own voice. So when I'm doing divine guidance meditations, I'll start having like conversations in my head, and it'll be about something that I've never really studied or studied very little, or just information just starts popping up in my head like I've known it my whole life. And it's very interesting because you're kind of talking to yourself, so it sounds like your own voice. But once you do it for a while, you just notice that it's not your own thoughts being generated. It feels slightly different. And then the other way I receive the messages is sometimes I just get into the meditative state. My mind stays pretty quiet, pretty blank, and then later on in the day, I'll just start having these downloads of information, same idea, stuff that I didn't really like. I'm not sure where it came from. It seemed like it popped up out of nowhere, but it's like I connected to the cloud, and now I'm downloading all this information from the universe. And sometimes it comes out when I'm just talking to people and I get in this flow, and the advice or the guidance or suggestions that I'm giving are just like boom, 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 hitting home. And it's very interesting when you get into that kind of flow. And so I'm able to maintain that during doing my divine guidance meditations. So this one is very important to be as comfortable as possible, and if you can, set the mood to do that. So like candles or essential oils, grab crystals, set music. I like to listen to meditative music, things like that. So just really kind of set the mood. You're going to want to do that for this divine guidance connection. Any position that is comfortable to you, so you can lay down, you can sit up, however you prefer. You just want to be nice and comfy and, in a very receiving mode. So very open body language, very, very relaxed, not stressing out or like antsy. And you're going to really want to set the mood for this one. So you can light candles, or you can have some essential oils or crystals laying around. Lavender is a great essential oil for meditation. Amethyst and moonstones are great crystals to work with, that all generate like psychic ability or psychic energy, as well as like focus. So that's going to be really good for this type of meditation. You're also going to want to focus on that breath work again. That's going to get you into a deeper meditative state. So just kind of focusing on that breath, and instead of trying to block out outside thoughts or channel thoughts to a specific part of your body, you're really just going to want to let all your thoughts flow in as naturally as possible. Eliminate anything that's stressful or negative or bringing you down, and focus on anything that is positive, that sounds encouraging or inspiring. These are usually the messages from the universe. And a lot of times during meditation, people receive messages from the universe, but because they think they're supposed to completely quiet their mind and stop their thoughts, they eliminate every thought that comes to them. Sometimes these are the messages or the guidance that we are looking for from the universe. So just be very aware and pay very close attention to all of your thoughts when doing your divine guidance meditation. The next meditation is mindfulness. So mindfulness is a pretty big surge right now with a lot of people starting to do meditation. This is the type that they start with, and it's really just being aware of situations and choosing to respond to them instead of react. So mindfulness is being able to observe a situation without judgment and without so much like emotional response or so much emotional reaction. Because normally when we get anxiety or we get mad, sometimes we say or do things that is out of character or out of behavior for us. And that's because we are emotional creatures. We react off of emotion. And mindfulness will be able to help you kind of quiet down all that noise, all of those emotions, and choose more logical and rational responses to situations to avoid confrontation, pretty much. So sometimes I have to remind myself of a few things when I'm going to be practicing mindfulness. And one of those things is that we are the universe experiencing itself. The universe is projecting out its thoughts of. The universe is so big and so powerful, it can't truly experience the mundane things that we do, like going to the DMV, sitting in traffic, changing dirty diapers. It doesn't get to do those things. That is what we come in at. We are pieces of spirit, pieces of the universe that are in these human shells of bodies to experience all the tiny, mundane things of life. This is why it's so important to be mindful and aware and grateful for all the things that are in your life, because the universe, the all-powerful, almighty, doesn't even really get a chance to experience it as a whole, but gives us the chance to experience it for them, which is a gift. That is amazing to me. Life is about creating contrast in order for us to find a happy median of the spectrum of life. There is no good, there is no bad, but there's a spot in between that we're all supposed to find our paths to in order to truly experience all that life has to give. And being able to practice mindfulness will allow you to start eliminating the idea of good versus bad, and rather focus on a situation and look at it from an observer point of view instead of something that's so personally emotional. So for this type of meditation, you definitely can lay down if you want to, and I naturally just start with the breathing again. Shake all those jitters out first, focusing on your breath. And instead of trying to keep out any distractions, you're just going to let your thoughts flow to you very naturally. You're going to observe them instead of, react to them. If you see yourself when you were 13 years old, about to wear those overalls to school with your hair in one giant braid, looking like a dinosaur, even though you knew your crush was going to be at school that day. That never happened to me. What? Who said that? Anyways, if those type of thoughts pop up in your head, don't look at them and cringe or have emotional response to them. Look at the situation and ask yourself, why did I feel like that? What was the reason that I did this or did that, or why did I react that way? You're really just using this time to observe, not to react. This is going to help you practice what I think is a big problem in a lot of relationships, friendships, with parents, is that a lot of times we are reacting to situations instead of responding to situations. This mindfulness meditation is going to help you start practicing being aware and mindful of situations instead of being emotionally connected and reacting. So reacting is an emotional response, and responding is a logical, thought out reaction. You just really want to make sure that you're not, being overly dramatic. Some of us are, and we don't realize it. Sometimes we all feel personally attacked, or that we get the finger pointed at, like we're the attacker. And that's because of the way that we respond to things emotionally. So mindfulness would definitely help you be able to be aware of a situation logically instead of just emotionally. Accept things as they are instead of trying to, instead of, you know, reacting to the way that they are. Try to understand that this is an experience. Life is an experience. You know, there's no, like, the prize at the end isn't like heaven or hell. You know, it's we're all just here to do this. You are always on time for everything. You're never behind on life. The life is the journey. It's not there's no goal. The goal is to just be able to do it. And mindfulness is going to help you stay in a more mindful vibrational state to help you not worry and focus about things out of your control. I pair this meditation with a technique as well if I can't get into a meditative state. I work in retail with the public, so sometimes I'm in situations where, you know, things get heated. I get antsy or anxiety or angry, and I can't necessarily react or respond to someone the way I would if they saw me on the street. So I use mindfulness in that way to redirect my energy and to kind of collect my thoughts, evaluate the situation from a place of a logic instead of an emotional place. The last type of meditation that I practice is guided meditation. This is really great if you struggle with any of the other type of meditations on this list, but you still want to be able to get into a nice deep meditative flow. So the guided meditations is perfect because there's someone in your ear guiding you, telling you how to breathe, giving you visual cues, how to get a deeper meditative state. My camera literally filled up with storage as I was finishing recording, so I just wanted to make sure I said thank you guys for watching the video again. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you can always keep up when I post a new video. I'm going to have some more fun topics, more meditation, some psychic tips, magic spells, and so much more. So you don't want to miss anything. Make sure you hit that subscription bell so that you always get notified when I post a new video on here on Mystic Soul. All right, you guys. So thank you again. Thank you. As always, one love and light. Namaste.